So when the opponent starts to stand up in your close guard, got to make sure that we're attacking them at the points that we can actually make something happen. So they're controlling our arm, they're starting to stand up. Again, we were a little behind in this situation. It's okay. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but we don't want to make the mistakes that's going to let the person take advantage of them. So from here, again, I can start twisting my body, using my free bottom arm to pull me here. But I don't want to just use this. Again, I don't want to just rely on the hook. I can start this process, but ultimately I want to get inside this leg. And as I push this leg away by straightening out my arm, I'm using my legs to collapse their posture from here. So as I push like this, I'm pulling with my legs. I'm using my arm that was, then they were controlling the start to make a grip on their collar. Again, not the material itself, but the back of their head. Okay? When I start to make this grip on the back of their head, I can easily weave this arm all the way through because I'm going to open my legs and start rotating off my shoulders from here. All I have to do from here is open my gut and make sure I stay on my shoulders. There's nothing crazy about this position. I'm not on my neck. I'm not high, like just way over my neck like this. I'm on my shoulders where you put a squat bar. Now, because I had this leg to start, that's great. But I don't want to hang on to it. It's too far away from my body. So what do? Once I thread my hand all the way through, I then take my hand off that near leg and I go all the way to the far leg as I keep turning to my shoulder of the arm that's underneath their armpit. And I keep pulling their knee towards their head. I'm trying to collapse their body into itself, okay? So I'm here, I'm pulling. And as I get their hips really high, I push my legs into the person. And as once I dump them to the mat, then I keep their control of their leg and look to thread through their arm, tilt towards their legs, and I can look to start finishing arm locks. But ultimately, I don't want to look for the arm lock until I return them to the mat. So for here, we'll just rotate a little bit. So for here, the person starts to make grips, they start to stand up. Okay, no problem. Hook myself, I bring myself really close. I get my hand to the inside of their ankle. I push that ankle away as I pull my knees, look for their collar. And just to make this easier, because what's going to happen is when I dig this hand through, what I'm doing is I'm basically creating the same type of pressure you would from like a half Nelson or full Nelson wrestling. Driving it all the way through because I'm trying to compress them. Like I said, I'm trying to push them into themselves. I hook here, I open my guard, I stay on my shoulders, I rotate. And the rotation really is just creating an angle to make the hook on the leg that's closest to me. I keep pulling their knee towards their face, and I use my legs. Look, my outside leg that is above their shoulders starts to lead the way. It starts to hook and go towards the mat. Is my inside leg, the one that's against their body, starts to push against them. Rotate them to the mat. Right away, I can connect my ankles from this position just to make sure that I have enough pressure keeping their head and their shoulders off the mat to rearrange my grip to go attack their arm, can control the legs the entire time. Then I start falling towards their legs and looking to get into that arm lock position. Making sure that I do those things first and foremost, return them to the mat, is going to allow me to be able to finish with a higher rate of success than if I was just to attack their arm while I was still up on my shoulders.